How do I water a battery? When do I water a battery? How do I charge my forklift battery? When should I equalize charge it? These are some critical things that a lot of people don't understand, so we created this series to help you out. Now before you watch the rest of this video, I'm gonna say public service announcement, audio kind of sucks. However, if we get enough shares, likes, and comments, we'll absolutely redo it and make sure you can hear it clearly. So let's check it out.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Jeff. I'm here with Warehouse Buyers Club. We're going to go over some electric forklift fundamentals. Two key items today are how and when do you charge your battery for your forklift. Also, how and when do I water the forklift battery. So when you charge your forklift battery, some of it depends on how hard you use this. At this specific customer, they're only using their battery sparingly, sometimes not even using the forklift every day. In that case, my recommendation is don't charge your battery every day. There's a battery state of charge on your forklift. Forklift's going to tell you if it's at 90%, 80%. Once you get to that 20% mark, that's when we recommend charging your battery. Also, when you look at the life of the battery, there's only so many cycles. When you fully charge your battery, you're going to use one of those cycles. In this case, I told the customer, when you are charging your battery, you have to hit the equalize button. The equalize button takes the acid out of the batteries and takes the battery fully to 100%. Now, in a normal operation, we recommend doing that once a week. However, if you're a mom and pop or someone that doesn't use the equipment all that much, and you do it every 2 to 3 weeks, there's no problem with that. How do I charge my forklift battery? I'll show you. First thing to know is you are going to need to determine what your electric is in the building to make sure the charger you order is the correct one. At Warehouse Buyers Club, we have a great tool to help you select either used batteries or used chargers. But you need to know whether it's a single phase or 3-phase electric, as well as if it's 3-phase, 208, 240, 480 volt. Very common in most buildings is a 3-phase 480 volters. Okay, now that we have that figured out and we have a forklift charger ordered, how do I actually plug in to my forklift? Well, this connector here is a SP350, which is very common for 36 volt batteries. This connector will plug into the battery itself. One thing to remember, and I see this as an issue for many customers, you do not plug this into the truck, you plug it to the battery. This is what goes into the charger, not the connector on the truck when charging the battery. Why is this important? If you plug it into the truck, it's not going to get powered up, and you will not have a battery that's going to work when you come back in to work for your shift. Also, there's many different varieties of chargers out there in the market. Number one thing I see people get wrong when charging their forklifts is not equalizing their battery. What is equalizing? All Equalize is doing is taking the battery that's being used and fully charging it back to 100% by fully gassing the battery and pushing the acid out of the plates of the battery cells. One item you should look for in your charger is an actual equalize button. When I take this connector and I plug it into my forklift battery, I press this equalize button and it's going to tell me ready to equalize. It's going to go through its motion, do a full battery charge, and stop. You shouldn't do this every time. You should only do it once a week or once every 2 weeks, depending on how often you use your forklift. This is really important to make sure you keep the longevity of your battery, and also making sure that you get the acid out of the cells so that your battery doesn't corrode. Here we're talking about watering your battery. So how do I water a battery and how often do I water a battery? They're two great questions. One, if your battery has a single point watering system, you're able to plug a watering kit into this connector and you're able to fully water each cell of the battery. If you don't have that, like in this case of the battery, you would actually have to roll the battery out and each individual cell needs uncapped and filled with preferably distilled water. That is a pain in the butt. So our recommendation is to get a single point watering kit on the battery, which will go right in here to a connector at a normal water area, and it should stop after about 10 to 15 seconds or when the cell leader fully waters the battery. Now, when do I water a battery? That's a really, really tough question for people that don't know what they're doing. One of the main items you need to know to make sure you don't get battery acid all over your floor or on yourself is to never water a hot battery. So, here's a great way to make sure your battery is being charged and watered correctly. If you're a normal 3-shift or 2-shift operation and you only work Monday through Friday, on Friday we recommend plugging your battery into the charger and we're going to hit the equalize button. Monday, when you come back into work, if you are only working Monday through Friday, is when I recommend watering the battery. In this case, the battery's been fully charged, it's cooled over the weekend, and now is a great time to water it. If you get in the habit of doing this schedule, you'll prevent yourself from either A, forgetting to either charge or water the battery, or watering hot batteries, which can cause a huge mess and potentially a safety concern for your employees.
All right, everybody, that's a wrap on this series of forklift fundamentals. We hope you loved it. And if you didn't, tell us why. If you did, tell us why. More importantly, make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel and like and follow us at Warehouse Buyers Club on Instagram and all your social media platforms. Till the next time, everybody, stay safe, keep following us.